Hey guys, welcome back to another video, and today I'm not going to be playing Roblox. I'm going to be telling you guys a story from my 6th grade school year, which was basically last year. So, yeah, I'm doing a bit of changes. Half of my videos that I upload are going to be Roblox related, and the other half are going to be story times. So you might think, yeah, I'm copying Luna. I pretty much am, but not like, too bad. I just wanted to tell some stories because I have stuff that I like to tell. So, yeah, let's get started. So, this was a typical day, about maybe a month or two left of the school year. And, I started my day going to my class, all of my classes. So I went to all of my classes, and then during the middle of the day, we went to lunch, and I arrived to my culinary class right after lunch. And during that class, it was pretty typical, normal, and we normally in that class watch movies and do stuff like that. It's a very easy class, right? So shouldn't have had any problems in it. I was sitting at my desk minding my own business, and I decided to put an AirPod in my ear. And that was the decision that kind of ruined my entire class, me going to that class for the rest of the year. So basically what happened was I put my AirPod in my ear, which was a very dumb decision. So I put it in my ear, and what happened was some kid walked around my desk, and he was one of my friends for a couple years, and I never really thought he was going to do bad stuff like that. So it wasn't really that bad, to be honest with you. But he walked by my desk, and he decided to take one of my AirPods out of my ear as a joke. Right, so I wasn't having it that day. I was kind of mad, wasn't having a good day that time. So I got pretty mad. And instead of telling the teacher about it, I decided to walk up to him, and I decided to push him around, and I was reaching for my AirPod, but he was also just not going to give it back. He was not giving it back to me. So he was running around the classroom and, normal 6th grade crap, which is so stupid now that I think about it. He ran around the classroom, and I ended up pushing him, trying to get my AirPod back. And it's such a stupid thing, right? And he wouldn't give it back. So then the teacher saw me. The teacher saw me trying to grab at my AirPod. So she told me to stop. Right? She started yelling across the classroom, telling me to stop trying to get it, like stop messing around and stuff like that. So I didn't really stop because I was having a bad day, like I mentioned, and I wasn't having it. So I decided to just keep going, trying to grab it. And even when the teacher told us to stop, he still wouldn't give it to me. So it got to a point where I had to put him in a headlock and stuff like that. And it was so stupid because literally he didn't give it back, and when the teacher had to walk over here, he finally gave me back the AirPod. And then the teacher started yelling at me and told me that I wasn't listening to her, and I really wasn't. So basically she asked for the AirPods, and I was putting them back in my case, and she asked for them. And I was like, I just got him back and I didn't do anything wrong. He took my thing. He took my item, right? So I tossed her the AirPods because like I said, I was pretty mad, and I tossed her the AirPods. So she dropped them because I kind of threw them at her. So she dropped them, and then she told me to pick them up, and then I picked them up and then handed it to her. So then she took me to the office. Not the kid that did anything, of course, because he didn't do anything wrong. And she told the secretary of the school about how bad of a student I was in her class. Because what I was doing was I was minding my own business, not doing anything really wrong. So she made the excuse and she thought that I couldn't hear her yelling because I had the AirPods in my ear and I had something playing. And that wasn't the case because I didn't have anything playing. I was about to play something, like some music in my ears while I just chilled because I had finished all my work from the day. I finished all my work and I was just sitting there. And everyone else was talking and stuff like that. So we had like a little bit of free time. So basically, the teacher went over to the secretary with me and in front of me told the secretary, about how bad of a student I was. And I was a terrible student, and she actually said that she would rather quit her job than have me back in her classroom. So I was kind of shocked because I didn't understand why she didn't like me that much. So it didn't really make too much sense to me, but I thought, okay, that's whatever. And yeah, that's fine, right, or whatever. And I was pretty upset. Like, I don't understand what I did, and they still kicked me out of the class. So I was still upset, and she still had my AirPods, mind that. And when I went to my next class after that, and I came back afterwards to get my AirPods, and I had to talk to the police officer there and everything like that because I was such a terrible student there, like she said. So I got my AirPods back, and she started acting like all nice to me and whatever. And I was like confused because she just said all that bad stuff about me, and then now she's acting all nice again. So that didn't really make too much sense to me. I mean, so I walked to my bus and I went home, right? So that was after my mom had gotten a call about something like that, and she asked me what happened, and I told her that I was permanently banned from culinary because my friend took my AirPods out of my ear and I tried to get them back. Literally all it was. I mean, sure, throwing the AirPods at her wasn't a good idea, but it wasn't really throwing them at her. I just kind of tossed them up into the air into her hands. And I mean, it's not my fault she got butterfingers. So she couldn't catch it. Whatever. And she got mad and she started acting all nice again. And my mom got pretty mad at her instead of me because she ended up saying all those bad things about me and it wasn't very nice. And my mom was going to take it to the school board or something like that. So we ended up going to the school board with all this drama. And then they talked to the teacher, and the teacher said that I was being disrespectful during class because I didn't listen to her due to the AirPods in my ear. And that still wasn't the case. I told her multiple times that nothing was playing in there, and I wasn't listening to her because he was still not giving me the back. So yeah, I had to serve ISS for a good 2 months in that period. And ISS is in school suspension, so I had to serve that in that period for a little bit. Didn't really think it was cool. I mean, not fun, you sit in a room. But the teacher that was in the ISS was pretty cool. He was pretty chill. And, I, sometimes use my phone in there, whatever. No one really cared. I mean, it wasn't that bad, but I'm just saying the way she took it and the extremes that she had to kick me out of her class for 2 months wasn't really appropriate in my opinion. So that's about that story. I'm gonna be making more stories, and I'm gonna be telling more stories later. My next video is most likely gonna be a gameplay video. So yeah, just need to keep up with my schedule. So this is why I'm just telling the story today. So yeah, thank you guys for watching. Have a good day, and yeah, don't get kicked out of your classes.